everybody, I'm Mike Iaconelli. Welcome to In the Shop, and I've got a very special guest, Brian Carpenter. How you doing?
I'm good. Thanks for having me, Mike.
I'm glad to have you. Now listen to me. I save all the hardest, trickiest modifications for Brian because he's an actual carpenter. So thank you for coming here.
Thank you. All right.
Yeah. We're going to talk about a technique that's really, really tricky for you big bait, swim bait guys. Ooh. This is a killer modification that Brian and I came up with. I'll give Brian most of the credit for this. To help get your hard glide baits deep. You know, this is a killer bait for big fish, but problem with that is it's really good from like 0 to 10 feet. But dude, you know the deal. It's slow sink. Yeah. It's got that big S. But getting it deeper than 10, like 15, 20, 25, 30, 40, that's tough, dude.
Yes.
You gotta like wait forever for it to get to the bottom. It's tough.
Ain't nobody got time for that.
Nobody got time for that. So we've come up with a system to modify this bait to get it deep. And here's the best part of it. Ooh. Does not affect the action of the bait whatsoever. So you still get that nice glide. You can do it with a lot of these different jointed glide baits. Glide baits. Glide live. And the one that we're using a lot in this modification today is going to be on the Storm Arashi Glide. That's that one Brandon. Small Brandon. Little baby Brandon design.
We've seen Carl throw it a lot.
And we saw Carl throw this bait a lot. And we've got a modification to get this thing really deep. Okay.
Whip it out.
We're going to show it to you. And then we're going to show you how easy it is to put this thing together. So look at it. Same bait. Very little easy modifications to get this bait to fish deep. And if you look at it, we've removed both of the bottom trebles.
Yep.
We've added a Tokyo rig wire.
Right.
Cut
the hook off.
Cut the hook off. We're going to show you that, how to do that, all this in a second. But that weight, and we've got it, of course, rigged on that Tokyo wire point up. So we're fishing around hard bottom. I want it point up, not point down. And that's going to let it get down 20, 30, 40 foot. And it's going to act as a stabilizer to keep this thing just a little off the bottom. A keel.
Yep.
But here's the real key, and Brian Carpenter gets a lot of credit for this, is coming up with this hooking system. And it's basically a double-pronged frog hook. You've got them in a lot of different sizes. And we've got it tied on here with a little bit of braid, 65 or 80-pound braid. But look at this, ready? We've got it attached to a magnet on the top. It's a great breakaway, boom, especially when you catch those big fish, to keep that heavy bait away from the fish.
Damn right.
So this is cool. All right, Brian, so let's show them this modification.
Yep.
Let's take it step by step.
Step one.
Yep.
Remove the treble hooks.
Remove the treble hooks.
Anybody can do it.
Anybody can do it. Okay.
And then we have...
Step two.
Your Tokyo rig.
Yep.
Right?
Yep. So all we're doing is just get a really good pair of nips, pair of side cutters, and you're literally just cutting the hook straight off, and you're left with the Tokyo wire.
That's it.
The nice thing that I like about this, and this is the VMC Tokyo rig, is that it has a barrel swivel above. That's real important.
Basically, you're left with a barrel swivel, split ring, and this piece of wire. You could even make your own. Yep,
you can make your own. Next one is the weight, and you could use a football style weight, but a regular old tungsten flipping weight is perfect. Half ounce, even up to 2 ounces, depending on the depth. This is a VMC, this is a 1 ounce VMC tungsten weight. We'll pop that out. And then put that thing on there, Brian. Show them how easy it is to get that on there. And again, if you're fishing on hard bottom area, fish it point up. If you're in grass for some reason, point down's okay because it actually comes through the grass better.
Okay.
But all you have to do on that open wire is just make a little 90. It doesn't even have to be perfect. It's just enough to keep that weight from sliding off that Tokyo wire. So super easy.
That's it.
Okay. There you have it. Okay. So both hooks are coming off, and this little gizmo is going on the belly hook, the belly ring of that bait. And that's going to keep it balanced. Once it hits the bottom, it's going to keep that bait balanced and let it do that big go. Next thing, Brian the Carpenter, is the magnet. And Brian gets all the credit for this because we played with a lot of different techniques, but this is the one that really worked. Here's the great thing. Brian, magnets, you can get them anywhere.
That's right.
Craft stores, a lot of hobby shops have them. You could buy them in different sizes. This one is, what would you say? It's about an eighth?
Yeah,
eighth of an inch?
Yeah, eighth, 3/16 of an inch. Little magnet.
Yep.
A little bit of super glue.
Yep, a little bit of super glue. We've got the Spike It Fix-A-Lure glue, any kind of super glue. And the main thing you want on the positioning of that magnet is you want to measure it. So when you measure that frog hook, you don't want that frog hook on too far back in the body. So I like it just about halfway, maybe a little more than halfway in that upper joint. And little dab of super glue, attach that magnet, and let it cure. Let it cure for a day or so. And then here's probably the easiest part of this whole rig, Brian Carpenter, right? We've got, what is that thing? Double prong frog hook?
Double prong frog hook.
You don't even have to buy them. You could pull them out of really crappy frogs.
Your wore out frogs.
Your wore out frogs.
Tired,
you could
melted frogs.
Yeah, and this is a ish frog. You could just pull it out of that. No, I mean the frog's good. I'm saying that one's tired and worn out. But this is where we're just going to create a little stinger lead. And dude, it's so easy. Get yourself some 65 or 80-pound braid. This is spider wire stealth braid. And we're basically going to do a Palomar knot to the frog hook. We're going to do a Palomar knot to the nose of the hook. And you can kind of measure this out in advance. And then this thing attaches straight to the magnet. And the great thing, once again, the great thing about this style is that once that fish is hooked, you lose so many on this big bait. Now it's even heavier with this giant weight on the bottom. The great thing about this rig is that once that fish is hooked, it snaps off. You're going to land a lot more because you're getting that bait away from the mouth of the fish. And it's snapping right back. You know, on the fly too, the other thing I want to mention is if you don't have a frog hook, you can just get a really big treble hook, a 2-aught or a 3-aught treble hook, and you can snip one of that bottom prong off. You just want to make sure there's 2 trebles up top, upward facing trebles. So,
right,
dude, this is a key. Let me tell you, we don't catch a lot of big fish here in New Jersey in the Northeast, but when we're looking for big ones, dude, this is what we throw. We throw big glide baits. Now, with this simple modification, how deep, dude?
Deep as you want.
Deep as you want.
40 feet.
20, 30, 40, 50 feet. Does not affect the action of the bait. You're going to get some big bites. Try this one. I guarantee if you're a big bait guy, if you're a swim bait guy, if you want to fish a glide bait deep and you've never had the opportunity to do it, give this a try. It's a great modification. Got to try it. You got to try it. It's a good one. I hope you enjoyed this episode with special guest Brian the Carpenter. Brian, thank you for showing me this little modification. This is a good one.
Yeah, it was actually wasn't too bad to figure it out. You know, you
Yeah.
told me about your idea and what you wanted to do with it, and about 10 minutes we figured out, hey, let's try it this way, and you know, this is something that like I said, that separation right there, boom, that's money.
So, okay, listen, if you like these tips, if you like what you're hearing right now, click on that subscribe button. Take a minute and subscribe. You're going to be getting new videos in the shops, Going Ikes, every week. Hope you had a good time. Brian the Carpenter, Mike Iaconelli out in the shop. Goodbye.